Hello friends, in this lecture we will see our fourth case and last case in graphical method. Okay, so our last case is multiple optimal solution. So we have got our case number 4. Okay, case number 4, that is multiple optimal solution. Okay, so this case is very important. Okay, from the examination point of view, this case is very important because the questions are frequently asked from this case, multiple optimal solution. Okay, so in many times in previous year question you will encounter unbounded solution and multiple optimal solution cases. Okay, so this is very important. People are confused. Okay, so they generally pick the wrong answers. Okay, so we have written a question. Okay, we have written a question, that is our objective function. The nature you can see it is maximization type. Maximize z equals to 6x plus 4y. Okay, and it is subjected to constraints. The first constraint is 3x plus 2y less than equals to 24, and the second constraint is x plus y greater equals to 3. So a mixed type constraint is there, that one is less than equals to type and the other is greater equals to type. And we have got a non-negative restriction, that is x comma y greater equals to 0. Okay, so multiple optimal solution, from the name only you can see that more than one solution will be possible. Okay, there will be some corner points and we are going to get the optimal solution at more than one of the corner point. Okay, so we will see it with the help of this example. First we will plot these two constants. So first we will plot our two constants and we have taken the origin, that is 0 comma 0. Okay, so you can see that first constant 3x plus 2y less than equals to 24. Okay, so when x is 0, then y is going to be 12, and when y is 0, then x is going to be 8. Okay, so just 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. So our first graph is like this, and this is 8 comma 0 and this is 0 comma 12. Okay, so first constant have given us, so we will put 0 comma 0. So this is 0 is less than equals to 24. So 0 is less than equals to 24. The condition is true. True means the graph is set towards the origin. Okay, the graph is set towards the origin. Okay, so we have plotted the first constant. Now the second constant, very simple, 3 comma 0 and 0 comma 3. So it is here. This is 0 comma 3, this is 3 comma 0. Okay, so now what we will do, we will put here also 0 comma 0. Okay, so this is greater equals to type constant, so 0 greater equals to 3. This is a condition. The condition is false, so the graph is set away from the origin, you can say. And you can see we have non-negative restrictions, so it says that this is the feasible region. Okay, stay in the first quadrant, and this region is the feasible region because any point in this region is going to satisfy both the constant simultaneously. So this is the feasible region. Now we have to look for the corner point. So the first corner point is 0 comma 12, 0 comma 3, 3 comma 0 and 8 comma 0. So what we will do, we will find the optimal solution. So first we will put z value at 0 comma 3. So 0 comma 3 means we will get 0 plus 4 into 3, we will get 12. Now 3 comma 0. 3 comma 0 means we will put 6 into 3 plus 4 into 0, we will get 18. And again we will put 8 comma 0. So 8 comma 0 means corner point is 8 comma 0. So 8 comma 0, it is going to be 6 into 8. 6 into 8 plus 0, it is going to be 48. And our last corner point is 0 comma 12. So 0 comma 12, we will get 0 plus 4 into 12. Again we will get 48. So our objective function nature is maximization type. So maximum of the value is 48. So this is going to be the solution. Okay, this 48 is going to be the optimal solution. Okay, this is going to be the final answer, and we can say that our solution is multiple optimal. More than one solution we have got, and both are optimal. So we will say that multiple optimal solution we got. Okay. Multiple optimal solution we got. Okay. So what is the reason? Okay, why we got multiple optimal solution? You can see that our solution is maximization type. Okay, it is of maximization type. So we have to increase the value of x, and this is plus. So we have to also increase the value of y. You can see that if we are here, so for increasing the value of x, we will go to this point. So this is the last boundary. Okay, this is the last boundary of feasible region. So one of the corner point was this one. So here we are going to get the maximum. And if you are here, so for increasing the value of y, you will move in this direction. So the corner point, the last point is this one. So here also you will get optimal. It means that at more than one corner point, we are going to get optimal solution. Suppose if you are at this point, so moving in any of the direction, we have seen the cases, either we are moving in this direction or this direction, we are going to get either maximum or minimum. But if you are going to move in this direction, again you are going to get 48, and this direction also 48. It means that if you are going to take any point on this constraint, each and every point will provide you 48. Okay, each and every point on this constraint will provide you the maximum optimal solution. Okay, each and every point on this constraint will provide you the maximum optimal solution, because moving in any of the direction, you are also here you are getting 48, and here also you are getting 48. So moving in any of the direction, both the solution is same. So each and every point of this constraint is going to provide you the same solution. So why we got it? Okay, so we will see here. If you are going to write the slope of objective function. Okay, so slope is the coefficient of x upon coefficient of y. It is coefficient of x 6 by 4. So it is going to be 1.5. So the slope of objective function is 1.5, and the slope of the constants where the solution is same. This was the first constant, this one. So the slope of this constant, you can check. Slope of this constant, coefficient of x upon coefficient of y we have to do for finding the slope. So coefficient of x is 3 and coefficient of y is 2. So it is 1.5. Okay, we have seen. Now the slope of the objective function and the slope of the constants is equal. Okay, slope of the objective function and the slope of the constant is equal. We can say the solution is multiple optimal solution. Okay, so we can say that if the slope of any of the constant becomes equals to the slope of the objective function, then the solution is multiple optimal. Okay, then the solution is multiple optimal. Again I am repeating, since the slope of the constants becomes equals to the slope of the objective function, so each and every point of these constants is going to provide the same optimal solution. Hence the solution is multiple optimal in nature. Okay, multiple optimal in nature. Now the question is that whether this case is true in each and every case. Okay, whether this case is true in each and every case. So we will try to see this case with the help of another example, very good example, and then we will conclude. Okay, then we will conclude in a nutshell that what we have learned from both these examples. So we will take our second example in multiple optimal only. Now we will write the second example. Okay, so the problem is of maximize z equals to 3x plus 7y. Okay, the problem is maximize z equals to 3x plus 7y, and the constants are, you can write the constants. The first constant we have got 3x plus 7y is less than equals to 10. Okay, and the second constant we have got 4x plus 6y is less than equals to 8. Okay, you can see both the constants are less than equals to type, and we have got non-negative restriction, that is x comma y is greater equals to 0. Okay, so this is also a previous year gate question. Now we will plot it on the graph. This is our origin. Okay, this is our origin. So what we will do, we will plot it on the graph. So when when x is 0, you can see first constant we are taking. When x is 0, then y is going to be 10 by 7. Okay, y is going to be 10 by 7, somewhat here. And when y is 0, then x is going to be 10 by 3. So we have got the first constant. So this is basically 0 comma 10 by 7. This is 10 by 3 comma 0. Okay, we have plotted the both the constant. When x is 0, then y is 10 by 7, and when y is 0, x is 10 by 3. So what we will do, we will put 0 comma 0. So this is less than equals to type constant, so the condition is true. 0 is less than equals to 10, so condition is true. True means the graph will be shaded towards the origin. Okay, the graph will be shaded towards the origin. Now the second constant, when we are going to put y0, then x you are going to get 2. Okay, and when x0, then y you are going to get 8 by 6, or you can say 4 by 3. So the constant is like this, 0 comma 4 by 3, and this point will be 2 comma 0. Again you have to check the nature, so you have to put 0 comma 0. So 0 is less than equals to 8, so the condition is again true. So the graph will be set towards the origin. Okay, the graph will be set towards the origin. So what is the feasible region? This constant is also towards the origin, and this constant is also towards the origin. So if you are going to take any point in this region, each and every point is going to satisfy both the constants simultaneously. So this region is the, you can say, feasible region. Okay, this is the feasible region. Okay, now we have to check at the corner points. Now we have to check at the corner point about the nature of the solution. So what we will do, we will put the corner point. The first corner point is 0 comma 4 by 3. So what is the point? 3 into 0 plus 7 into 4 by 3. So we will get 28. Okay, now 0 comma 0 is another corner point, so we will get 0, and 2 comma 0 is another corner point, so we will get 3 into 2 plus 0, so we will get 6. You can see the solution is multiple optimal? No, the solution is, we have to maximize it. So the solution, we can say this is the solution, and this is a unique solution. Okay, this is a unique solution. Okay, now we will just check the slope of the objective function and the slope of the constants. So here you can see the slope of objective function. The slope of objective function, coefficient of x, it is 3, and coefficient of y 3 by 7, and slope of this constant, first constant, you can see coefficient of x 3 and coefficient of y again 3 by 7. So both are equal. Okay, the slope of the objective function and slope of one of the constant is equal, but the solution is unique. So we will not say always like this, that if the slope is equal, then the solution is multiple optimal. No, it is wrong. You can see we have not got multiple optimal solution. So what is the reason why we did not get a multiple optimal solution? See, the slope of the constant is equal to the slope of the objective function. The slope of this constant is equal to the slope of the objective function, but see this constant, that is 3x plus 7y less than equals to 10. This is the constant. This constant is a redundant constant. You can see this constant is a redundant constant. Okay, so the slope of the constant is equal to the slope of the objective function, then the solution will be a multiple optimal, but the constant should not be a redundant constant. This is the limitation. The slope of the objective function, if equal to the slope of the constant, then the solution is multiple optimal. That is true, but the constant should not be a redundant constant. Just keep these things in mind, because in the examination students are doing this, slope is equal and the slope is equal, they are just going to take multiple optimal, you will get negative marks. See, it is a unique solution, and this is a previous year gate question. Okay, so you have to check that whether the constant is a redundant or non-redundant constant. If the constant is a redundant constant and the slope is equal, okay, then it is not a multiple optimal solution. Just check it by drawing the graph. Directly do not tick the answer. Okay, so we will now conclude our discussion in a nutshell by writing some notes, important notes, and just keep those notes in your mind. Now You will write some notes. So the first point says that if the solution is multiple optimal, then then the slope of one of the constant will be equal to the slope of the objective function. Okay, this is always true. Okay, this line is always true, that if you are going to get a multiple optimal solution, then just check the slope will be equal. The slope of one of the constant will be equal to the slope of the objective function. Okay, I'm saying if the solution is a multiple optimal, then the slope will be equal. Okay, so this condition tells, but vice versa is not true. Okay, very important point. But vice versa is not true. Okay, it means that if the slope is equal, okay, if the slope of objective function and slope of constant is equal, then it is not a guarantee that the solution is always multiple optimal. We have seen the example, just the slope was equal but the solution was unique solution. Okay, so it says that the condition is that vice versa is not true, the converse is not true. If the solution is multiple optimal, the first example, the solution was multiple optimal, then the slope was equal. But in the second case, the slope was equal but the solution was not multiple optimal. So this is all about the statements and examples. These statements tells about each and everything, that if the solution is multiple optimal, then the slope of one of the constant will be equal to the objective function, but its vice versa is not true. Just keep these things in mind. Okay, and the second point you can write, if the slope of objective function is equal to the slope of non-redundant constants, again I am writing the slope of objective function is equal to the slope of non-redundant constant, then the solution is multiple optimal. Okay, so very important point, that if the slope of objective function is equal to the slope of non-redundant constant, okay, the constant must be a non-redundant type, then only the solution is multiple optimal solution. Okay, so both these statements you have to keep these in mind, because it is a note and notes are very important from the examination points of view. Okay, each and every note which I have told you are very important from the examination point of view, and students are going to make a mistakes in these points. Okay, they are directly going to check the slope, directly going to tick the answers, so they may be wrong. You have to check by plotting the constants and by plotting the corner points. So these statements must be kept in mind. These are EAC objective statements. Okay, so just remember it. So we have completed the special cases, and now in the upcoming lecture we will see some of the previous year numericals on these special cases. Okay, so just go and revise it. Very important topic. Thank you.